Hey Booknerds family, today I'm here to recommend some of my favorite books to you, and if you do not know already, I'm a huge manga lover. So I thought, why not let's make it a manga recommendation video. Are you excited? Let's get started! So, the very first book that I would like to recommend you all is Berserk, which is one of my most favorite manga books to exist. It's a dark fantasy manga series written by Kent Arumura, which revolves around the story of Gut, who is a lone mercenary. Gut goes out and battles demons and tries to seek revenge against the demons that have killed him. Yes, you heard it right. It's a thrilling and interesting manga series. My manga lovers know that it is a classic in the manga world, and for the new manga readers, it is a must read. You cannot miss out on Berserk. Moving on, the next book that I have for you is The Vagabond by Takshiko Ino. This book is a historical fiction on the life of a legendary swordsman and martial artist set in the feudal Japan. So, if you're someone who is very interested in reading historical fiction, this book is definitely for you. The third book on the list is this one's my favorite actually. So, drum rolls for this one. Yes. Da-da-da-da-da-da. The Vinland Saga. Yes, all my manga lovers are standing up because they know what I'm talking about. This book is a classic in the manga world. This book talks about a warrior who tries to seek revenge against the murderer of his father. However, the plot twist is so beautiful and interesting that it changes the entire narrative of the book. It just makes it more meaningful and more beautiful. And not to forget, this book, the story is set in the Vikings age. So, all my Viking lovers, come on, it's time for the manga book. It's time for the Vinland Saga. So these three books are my most favorite fantasy manga books. Now let's move on to something lighthearted, shall we? So the very first book that I have for you from the lighthearted category is Asu Asai, which is a comedy manga book. This book talks about the life of three high school girls who are part of a pastimers club, and they play the most ridiculous and funniest games in this club. I assure you that you will not stop laughing as you go on and read all the pages of this book. You will die from laughter. Up next, I have something for all my romance lovers. I have a romantic manga book recommendation, and that is Shinigami Son. This book, it translates to Don't Blush Sekiman-san. So by the very name, you can understand that it's telling the main character, the girl, to not blush because she blushes at every small thing. This book will definitely make your heart flutter with the turn of every page, and I highly recommend it to all my romance lovers. Moving on, I have the Nana or the Talentless Nana. I actually started watching the anime first, and then I went ahead with reading the book because the story was just so interesting, and I couldn't wait for an anime episode to know what happened next, and I had to go to the manga. And let me tell you, I did not regret reading the book. I loved the book. So the book is basically about a school where children with special abilities are sent in order to enhance their skill and to prepare them for any kind of potential threat. However, the protagonist, Nana, does not have any skills, yet she is admitted into the school. So this whole book is a suspenseful book that will just keep you on the edge of your seat, and you will be so curious. You will definitely finish the book in a week. I can guarantee you that because that is what I did. I was so curious about it. I couldn't wait to finish the book and just get to the end of the story. It's so interesting. You're gonna love it. With that, I now come to the end of the manga book recommendation. However, just a minute, don't go anywhere. Just a minute. Yeah, I have a surprise for you. I have two more books that I read this month. They are not manga books, but they were so amazing that they have made a space for themselves in my heart, and I cannot help but mention about them. The first is Song of the Trinity by Vidhan. This book is an action-packed, suspenseful book in which, both the worlds, the Asuras and the Devas, come together to fight a much more bigger and powerful threat. If I had to describe this book in three words, I would give it the three major M's. That is magical, mythology, and mayhem. The last book that I would like to recommend to you is When You Know by Gauri Buddh. This book focuses on figuring out self, figuring out life, and figuring out people. The author Gauri Buddh delves into a journey of self realization and ultimate happiness. So, if you're someone who's still stuck in that phase of life where you're trying to figure things out, this book is definitely a must read for you. And if I'm not wrong, almost all of us are still stuck in that phase. At least I am. So if you're anything like me, you're going to love this book. With that, I now wrap up this month's recommendation video. Tell me which of these books you have already read, or which of these books you're going to read, or maybe just recommend me some books. Yeah, whatever suits you. Until I meet you guys next time. Bye bye. Oh, all right now. Bye.